Am I the hole for getting married before my soon-to-be sister-in-law? This situation has been weighing on me, and I need an outside perspective. My husband, John, and I got married last year, and ever since, there's been tension with my soon-to-be sister-in-law, Danelle. Here's the backstory. Last Christmas, Danelle and Connor, John's brother, got engaged but waited until New Year's Eve to announce it. I thought it was odd to hold off, but I was happy for them and excited to help with anything she might need. I really thought we were becoming friends. Fast forward to New Year's Eve, and I find out that John had told his parents he wanted to propose to me that night. Apparently, his parents shared that with Connor and Danelle, who then decided to use the same occasion for their engagement announcement instead. When I found out, I was hurt, but I tried to let it go. John proposed a few months later, and we decided to elope on a beautiful mountaintop. I've never wanted a big wedding. I don't have a great relationship with my father, and we didn't want to step on Connor and Danelle's toes since their wedding was coming up. We even asked them if it would bother them if we got married before them, and they said it was completely fine, as there was almost over a year before theirs. Here's where things started getting weird. Danelle never congratulated me on our engagement, and she's been distant ever since she got engaged. She didn't want help with any wedding planning and didn't include me or our other sister-in-law, John and Connor's sister, in anything. My husband is Connor's best man, but Danelle doesn't want him to give a speech or throw a bachelor party, even though she's going on a destination bachelorette trip. To make things worse, she's been bullying me online. She knows I've been struggling with postpartum depression and the loss of my grandmother, and after I went no contact with her, she started mailing things to our house only addressed to John, and our kids seemingly purposely leaving me off. Most recently, she told my mother-in-law that my oldest son would be their ring bearer. She never discussed this with me and even previously told me she didn't want kids in the wedding because she thought it would be too much for me. At this point, I'm wondering if this all stems from me and John getting married before them. Am I the a-hole for not waiting longer, or is there something else going on here? Update. Hi everyone, I wanted to give an update since a bit has happened since my original post. And I promised to update you all in February. So my husband John, his brother Connor, their grandfather and father were supposed to meet up to pay for the suits for the wedding. It was also supposed to be a chance for the guys to talk without me or Danelle, my soon-to-be SIL, around. But Connor just didn't show up. No call, no text, nothing. To top it off, the suits ended up being double the original price. Aggravating, but at this point, what can you do? As for my MIL, even though I've already told her I'm not going to Danelle's bridal shower because of how I've been treated, she's now trying to guilt me into going by asking me to bring great-grandma to the shower. My other sister-in-law is also being left out. Emile just texted her the dates she needs to request off for the wedding, which is on a holiday, without asking if she could even make it. Any of her questions about what to wear or other details have been completely ignored. And the kicker? My other SIL just took her Christmas tree down this week, and guess what she found? Danelle had hidden an ornament on the tree that was clearly meant as a dig at both of us. I'm sure more drama is coming as the wedding gets closer, but I'm just over it at this point. Thanks for all the support and advice on my last post. It's really helped me navigate this mess. Me and SIL are planning a day trip with the kids the day of the wedding. Update 2. After that, Kay and I had planned to take the kids out for a day trip during the wedding to avoid the drama. But when I confirmed that my kids wouldn't be in the wedding, Danelle suddenly told Kay that she'd be the keeper of the rings, so that plan was cancelled. After pressure from her parents. Here's where things got even more frustrating. My father-in-law came over to our house and tried to guilt us into bringing the kids to the wedding. Even though we had made it clear that we weren't going to be involved in the wedding like that, he wouldn't take no for an answer. My husband, John, finally had to shut him down and told him outright to stop kissing Danelle's ass. Honestly, I was proud of him for standing up for me, but it just made me realize how deep this whole thing goes. Throughout all of this, we've been begging for basic wedding information, especially after being left out of planning and communication. We asked multiple times for things like the dress code, wedding schedule, and other details, and the response was always a shrug. At one point, John had to ask for the wedding address, times, speech expectations, and other logistical details because, we just weren't given any of that. It was getting absurd. I couldn't even buy a dress for the occasion because less than a month I still didn't know the attire. Now, finally, I was able to order it, and it will be here 4 days before the wedding, so fingers crossed it fits. Then, again with the wedding now less than a month away, John was expected to throw together a bachelor party at the last minute, and on top of that, he was also supposed to write a best man speech for a brother he barely knows and a woman he can't stand. The emotional labor being dumped on him is honestly ridiculous. So, we've decided that we'll go to the wedding, but there's a condition. John has promised that if we attend, we will go no contact with his family until New Year's, and then we'll reevaluate. I'm pregnant with baby number 3 right now, and after experiencing a miscarriage during Thanksgiving, I just can't deal with all this stress anymore. I'm emotionally drained and trying to protect my peace for the sake of my family. I'll update again if anything else happens, but at this point, we're just getting through it. Thanks again for all the support. It's honestly helped me more than you know.